Hello, my lovely students. I am your 10th grade teacher, Erhan Koşar. For today, we are going to solve and answer two enough questions. We will study all these exercises. Let's start, if you are ready. Yes, here, the first exercises. It says that fill in the blank with two or enough to complete the sentences. Let's start it. The film was, yes. Here, as you see an adjective here. Okay, what do we do before adjectives? What do we use especially? When you think of the position, two enough positions, as you know that to is used what? Before adjectives and also adverbs. Because of that reason, we have to use what? Too boring. The film was too boring to watch, so what? What happened? Here is the result sentence. We like this number. Okay? Number two, the house on the corner is not cheap. Is not cheap. Here, as you see an adjective here, okay, isn't cheap. Cheap what? We use what? We use enough after what? After adjectives. Is not cheap enough for us to buy. We'll find another one. The soup is, here we see an adjective here. The soup is cold to eat. Then another sentence comes. Shall we heat it on the stove? It means that I can't drink that soup. Because of that reason, we use what? It's too cold. Number four, I think this t-shirt is what? Here, adjective comes, and before adjectives, the rule was what? The rule was to is used before adjectives, don't forget it. Too big for me to wear. I would like to give it to you. Yes, number five. He was not good after adjectives and also adverbs. We use what? We use enough, don't forget it. It's so easy, everybody. He was not good enough to play in the school band, so what happened? The teacher chose another student. Okay, number six, the sea isn't warm what? Here, adjective comes after adjectives. Again, we use what? Warm enough to swim in March in Turkey. Number seven, look, this knife is too what? Too blunt. Here, adjective comes and the meaning of blunt is not sharp to chop the onions. And the last one is the bags were here. Adjective comes. You know what heavy is, and we use what? We use to before adjectives. The bags were too heavy for the old woman, so she wanted what? She wanted help. Yes, that was the first exercise. And the second one here. The second exercise. Let's start it, everybody. Here it says that answer the questions using to. Okay, let's answer it. Use the given adjectives. We are going to use what here? The adjectives in the parentheses. Why can't elephants jump? Why? Because elephants, they are too what? Too heavy to jump. Yes, that's the reason. Or another one. Why can't a child drive a car? Because what? Because a child. Be careful. We are talking about a child. A child is what? Is too young. Here. Too young to what? To drive a car. And number three, why couldn't you solve the problem? Because the problem, it means it was what? It was too difficult. It was so difficult. It was too difficult to what? To solve. Number four, why couldn't he drink the coffee? Why? Here in the parentheses we see what? We see hot. Because It was. It was what? It was too hot. It was too hot to drink. Why can't she touch the ceiling? Because. Why? The reason is she is what? She is too short. She is too short to touch the ceiling. Okay? Okay. That's all. As you see here in this paper, we use what? We use to before what? Before adjectives. The structure is to plus adjective or adverb. Okay? Don't forget it. That's our rule. For the second one, what are we gonna hear? The exercise says answer the questions using enough. Let's do them. Why can't you buy a Ferrari? Okay. Why? Because I am not what? Here in the parentheses we are going to use the adjective. I am not rich. I'm not rich enough to buy a Ferrari. Why can't Sally lift 100 kilos? We will use the strong adjective in the parentheses because she is not strong enough to lift 100 kilos. Why couldn't Jim reach the cupboard? Why? Because, don't forget it, tall will be used because Jim wasn't tall enough to reach the cupboard. Number 4, why couldn't she put on the dress? Why? Here is big in the parentheses will be used because the dress wasn't big enough for her. And lastly, everybody, last question, why can't he catch the mouse? Yes, here we will use fast adjective because she was not fast enough to catch it. Okay, that was all. Don't forget it, we use enough what? Yes, enough is used after adjectives, okay? And here, part B, last exercise, our last paper. Rewrite the sentences using enough and to. Let's write them, and before rewriting, let's read. The book was not interesting enough to read, so I stopped reading it. It means that the book was what? Too boring to read. So I stopped reading it. Yes. You will use what? You will use just the opposite adjective here. Okay, be careful. I was too sick to go to work, so I stayed at home on Monday. And here, what are we gonna do? We will say that I was not well enough to go to work, so I stayed at home on Monday. Yes. Number 3. The room was not light enough to find my gray gloves. Last violence. It means that the room was too dark. Okay, to find my gray gloves. And lastly, the last sentence says the horse was too wild to ride, so I decided not to. Okay, let's do this one. The horse was not what? Calm enough to ride, so I decided not to. Yes, everybody. Now, up to this point, up to now, we just studied what, we just tried to answer the questions related about what, to, and enough. See you for the next hour, next lesson. Bye bye.